So I've come to document Derby Town Centre today. I've come from Sheffield. If you like the video, follow the channel and click on notifications for new videos. I thought I'd start at the Midland Hotel just here. I'll just show you the front of it. Now I'm doing a summarised version and a longer version, so you'll get this intro on both the summarised and the longer version. So that's the front of the Midland Hotel. But it certainly looks like a railway country around here when I show you these houses down here. Now I must have come out of the tradesman's entrance on the other side. It's a little bit grander here, but it's not a big station when you look at the fantastic old railway buildings around here. Now there is a bit of a bus station round here, which I didn't know about because I came out on the tradesman's entrance. So we've got the Merry Widow's pub just here. Then we've got another pub as well, I don't know what that one is. Victoria Inn. Then this lovely red brick building. So this was the Midland Railway Institute. It looks like a cafe and bar now. Well, let's get a bit further down because we've got some lovely buildings down here. So I've come in a different way coming back to the station, and this is produced after I've actually been around Derby. But I want to just show you these beautiful houses down here. But what I can't understand is why the railway station's so far away from the town centre. Don't make sense to me. And then if you go right down to the bottom, there's a pub right on that corner. But the actual railway station itself is so small. Just a couple of platforms. So like I said, you can see the main bit. I'll just take you and show you the main building bit. So there's the main station building. It's not impressive, is it, for something with so much grandeur around here and down there. So whether you're watching the summarised version of Derby Town Centre or the longer version, you're going to get this intro. So I'll put the summarised version up this week and then the longer version up another time. So you might as well see the station platforms before I go into the town centre. I'm getting back on the train now to go to Sheffield, but I was expecting a much bigger station with the grandeur of the buildings around the train station. So we got this platform, a few others, but like I say, it's only really small compared with Manchester, Sheffield, Leeds and Nottingham for what's supposed to be a big railway town, isn't it? It took me a 10 or 15 minute walk from the train station to the town centre, and here you can see the bus station. Now, it's not much of a bus station. I think the one at work's looks bigger than this, unless there's another bus station I'm not aware of. But let's have a walk into Derby Town Centre. As you can see, they've got cycle lanes here, but there's not that many cyclists on them. And I'm actually walking under the car park at the moment for the Derbion shopping centre. Now it looks like this car park's actually shut down. Now I did this video earlier in the morning. I don't feel I did it justice, and that's why I'm doing it again in the afternoon. There's a lot more footfall in the afternoon than there was in the morning, so I didn't want to portray Derby in a more negative way than I could. But this is a massive car park, but it's shut at the moment, it says down there. Well, it said shut earlier. So it says this car park is closed, but there's a ring road running all around the town centre. Now Sheffield's got a clean air zone, so any commercial vehicle now gets charged to drive on the ring road or inside the ring road in Sheffield. So Derby is actually a prime place for charging on the inner ring road. So that's the car park over there, it should be. And when I did the video earlier, I never even saw this place because it was so uninspiring. It's the Derby Playhouse, and I just walked past it. Or Derby Theatre. Now, on comparison with Sheffield, we've got the Crucible where the World Snooker Championship, and yeah, it's not a great building, but you do notice it's standing out. And this one, I just walked past it, I didn't even know it. Walked all around the town centre. But it's like a racetrack on this like ring road running round the town centre, and the parking's not cheap either. I think that one's probably cheaper at 95p an hour, but a lot of it is a lot more expensive. So let's get a bit further round. But you can see, rather than having a medal away from Derby, they've got theirs in the town centre. So the Derbion is sort of shadowing over one side of Derby. So I'm not going to take you in it because I think you've all been in. I'm not going to take you in it because I think you've all been in these shopping centres and I find them claustrophobic. But it really does shadow over one side of Derby and it's kind of sucking the life out of the other side. But they're all national or international brands. Where are all the local names on our high street now? I noticed as well the petrol, it's 1.27 at work, so, and it's about 1.44 there, so that's 40-50p more a gallon. So to introduce myself, I've come down from Sheffield. I've been documenting Sheffield since the lockdown. I was out all through the lockdown documenting it because I thought there was something very sinister going off. They appeared to be using the lockdown to drive through their agenda, and what it is smart cities, net zero, digital IDs. It's all about controlling every area of your life. Now I thought more people have woken up for it, but it appears more and more, well, people are going back to the bread and circus that they were falling for before lockdown. The football clubs insult your intelligence, yet you're willing to pay them 30-35 quid a week to go and watch it. I just don't get it. I mean, I was a massive football supporter, but I call it Stockholm Syndrome. So we've got car park over this side. There's plenty of car parking. But it took me a while to get my bearings in Derby. I don't know if I've ever worked here, but I can't ever remember visiting. Oh, I do remember visiting Derby now. It's just come back to me, the pink coconut. So I came down one night to the Pink Coconut nightclub. I bet it's long forgotten, isn't it? And ended up pushing the coach along with a number of other people. I had a 2-weekend training at Derby TA Centre on A38. Travelled along the A38 many times. And I've been to the old baseball ground. And I went to the old baseball ground the week after the incident at Hillsborough because it was my own ground. And my dad said, let's get down to the next match, wherever it is. And we came down to Derby County at the baseball ground, which had a great atmosphere. They ripped down the stupid fences, but those fences were put up for a reason as well. And I won't go on the subject because some people won't like what I have to say on the subject, and it won't go along with the official narrative either. So it's quite a lot more packed than the morning. So I might put both videos up because they're going to capture different things. But I think the same agenda is happening along all our towns and cities, so it's not a dig at Derby, it's a dig at the agenda and anybody who supports the agenda. Net zero is going to absolutely bankrupt the country. It's going to put people in fuel poverty. Smart cities will control every area of your life. And digital IDs will mean that you can't do anything unless you have the digital ID. I like that 1717. There seems to be a lot more buses on the streets of Derby. That's probably why the bus station's much smaller. So one of the things, we've got money laundering on the high street. I'm not pointing at any particular businesses, you know, specific businesses, but we've got two Turkish barbers within how far of each other, and well, I think that's a Turkish barber. And what's happening is the money laundering is happening through nail bars, Turkish barbers, vape shops, little supermarkets, etc. And what happens is they've got to clean up dirty money that's been earned through drugs. So what they do is they put the money through the accounts of what look like legal businesses on the high street to make the illegal money legal. So we've got the Waterstones there. But my other video that I've done, I'm going to put it up as two separate videos because I do capture quite a lot of stuff I'll probably not capture on this video. I think this video is going to be much more direct because I got a little bit distracted on the other video. Now I thought Derby Town Centre was a lot bigger than I'd actually thought it was going to be, but it isn't. It was just, there's lots of crisscross roads and I just wasn't used to them. Now I've got used to the main high street, this video is going to be a lot shorter than the other video. But one thing I did notice in Derby, there's lots of churches that I have never seen. So that's St. Peter's Church just there. Never seen so many churches in a town centre. So Derby has got some lovely older buildings when you find them. So like I say, I've got another video that will go in more depth, but there is a beautiful building down there. I'm not going to go down there. I'm going to stick to the main shopping street this time. Same down there. I'm not going to go right down there and get distracted, but it's on my other video with all the information. But the banks have not been removed from the major towns yet. Another barber there.
We got a problem.
I don't know what that person was on about. So I was distracted again then. It'll come back to me. But I do prefer not filming when people are here. Now they're all happy to have a selfie on the internet, but you catch the odd person in a shop as they walk through and they get a little bit upset. I don't know why it is. You want to put your face all over the internet, but then when you're caught on a camera when somebody's documenting, you don't like it. Don't get that one. So we've got HSBC there. Worked for them for 15 years. But it does give a totally different slant on it, doing it in the morning versus the afternoon. So this video, this building's on me early morning video. I ain't got a clue what that building is at all. Can anybody tell me? So that's Core Market there. Like I said, this is a much shorter and sweeter video, but it shows you that there are quite a few more people out in the afternoon than there were when I was filming in the morning. Another vape shop, but we don't know which specific places are money laundering, but I'm absolutely sure if the police got out with the Inland Revenue and immigration people and went through the books, the work credentials, you know, for where these people came from, etc., they probably closed down 50% of these businesses. The point is, are people being paid the fair money? So, Core Market here. I noticed quite a lot of independent shops at the top end of Derby. Like I said, this is on my other video. Anybody who wants to see a more in-depth video, I've got all down the side streets on it. But I just thought it's probably a bit too long for the majority of people. So we've got Greg's just there. So somebody's just asked me if I got any spare change now. When I left HSBC in 2000, I asked for my leaving present to go to the homeless to raise awareness. But since that day, I've got to the point where I'm a bit cheesed off now, because most of the homeless people are actually not homeless, and they're finding it more lucrative to beg on the street. I'm not saying all of them, but I believe a lot of them are. They're making that much money from it now. Somebody was quoting like £200 a day and things like that. So yeah, there must be some genuine homeless people out there, but to me it's become vagrancy more than anything now. So this is it says Guildhall Theatre, but it's also the market for some reason, because they're doing this up at the moment. It says Market Hall there and Guildhall Theatre. So that's been done up at the moment. We're in the market square here. I think this has been done up as well. But it's probably the last nice day we've got for a while. So I don't know what the assembly rooms are. And I'll just quickly show you that. Derby's got quite a few lovely old buildings if you're looking in the right places, and my other video, a bit off the beaten track, will show it. Now, I struggled to find the town hall, and I'd have found it eventually, asked a couple of PCSOs and they sort of pointed this building out here. I was expecting something like 19th century, like Nottingham, Sheffield, Bradford, etc. But it's like quite a modern looking building. I'll just take you across the Derwent. So I thought it was a lot busier in the afternoon. It is in certain parts, but now we're walking away from the main town centre. But I'm guessing the main town centre stretched out at one bit. And like everywhere, each town centre's contracting. And then what they're doing is they're urbanising town centres. Now I'm not noticing it as much in Derby, but probably I'm not looking in the right places. But it doesn't seem as urbanised as most town centres. So we've got the River Derwent here. I know it comes in from the Castleton area or the Hope Valley area. So we've got a good old-fashioned pub there. River Derwent down there. Leonardo Hotel up there. Let's walk to the other side. So I don't know what the dome building is there. Can anybody tell me what that's about? Nice spot though, isn't it, on the River Derwent? But it's pretty nigh possible to actually drive your car in the centre of Derby. You're forced to use quite expensive parking. I just checked with somebody and they said it's £3 to actually get on the bus to come into Derby, so it's gone up from £2 a journey to £3, which is a national thing. Just quickly show you down here. There's a bit of a garden area down here, but you can just see as you walk away from this main high street and you walk down there, it's absolutely dead. And I've got that on my other video. Bit of green space there. Well, let's get back onto the main high street. As you get up to this end of Derby, you can see the footfall's dropping considerably, but it's a much nicer part of Derby. And I think that new shopping centre is probably causing it, but people are their own worst enemies as well. They moan about things, but a lot of the time it's cause and effect. By their behaviour, things become like that. You order everything online, you go to these out of town shopping centres, and the shops on the high street close. But this gives you a general feeling about the type of shops. So this is Sadler Gate. So probably quickly show you down here if it's got what I think it has. It's got quite a few little independent shops down here. Looks like there's a Derby's independent health store there. And then if you go down there, that's the Strand, or the other side of the Strand, it's like an arcade. It's on the other longer video. I'm not going to duplicate a lot of what's on the other video, but this has got some good independent shops down this side. There's a camera shop down here. But it's the sort of summarised version of going around Derby Centre. And what you can do is, if you want to, you can compare Derby in the morning versus the afternoon. I didn't want to give people a false impression. I was trying to make Derby look worse than it is. But to me, I don't know what we're going to do to revive our town centres. I mean, if a business hasn't got anybody in it, they're going to have to pay the full council tax for that business. But if a business goes in and their turnover is less than a certain amount, they're not paying anything for the unit. So it's better to actually have a business operating that's got a lower turnover, because then you're not paying any business rates on that property. So we got the Wetherspoons there, and we're coming up to a beautiful cathedral, All Saints. And like, I've done a much longer video on it, an exclusive video on it. So I'm just giving people a few options. This is a summarised version of Derby Town Centre. Got the George flag on top. Looks like it's saying something else. It might be a Derby crest. I'll show you down there. Now, I was going to go and do Pride Park, but I'm not sure I want to. I prefer the baseball ground. That's a beautiful cathedral anyway. I'll just take you up to this other, like, Catholic church. Like I said, I've never seen so many churches. We've got another one here. So does anybody know why there's so many churches in Derby? Because they've been stripped out of most town centres. So it's a beautiful bit of artwork down there. Another view of the cathedral. Now the problem is the sunlight's coming in from that end, so it's harder to film back that way. That's why I'm filming this way. So that's Cathedral Road down there. And that says Queen's Leisure Centre there. St Michael's here. But this morning I was going down all these side streets and getting distracted. And like I said, it's good because I've got lots of old buildings on, but this is a much quicker version for people to deal with. I know some people only like the shorts. Some people prefer the longer videos, and I try and do compromises. But at the end of the day, I'm doing it for historical recording. So I want to keep a recording of the changes of our cities. Like I said, I've been documenting it since lockdown. Now it's been happening since the war, but it's speeded up since lockdown. It's as though they used lockdown to drive it forward. Now you've got the ring road again at the top. Just show it in a moment. It's under a bridge. So there's the Leonardo Hotel. But just imagine a ring road all the way around Derby. And that ring road could easily be changed into a chargeable ring road. Like I said, Sheffield's commercial vehicles at the moment, £10 a day for vans or taxis. They could introduce that for cars in Sheffield. And anybody travelling on the ring road's charged, and that could possibly happen in Derby quite easy on this ring road. It looks really easy to charge on this one, and I think Labour want to charge people. So you can see the ring road at the top. Both sides. I just hate the way our cities have gone. I love my own city of Sheffield. It was absolutely packed back in the 80s. Fantastic shops. It had got a vibe. And I just don't like the way the cities have become. They've become Orwellian. And really it's a warning to the people of Derby. It's so easy to make this ring road chargeable. And what we're already seeing is that the Derbinian is like a shadow over the rest of Derby town centre, and before long they'll wipe out your history if you're not careful. So there's a Catholic church, St Mary's. It's absolutely beautiful, as you can see. So it's a lovely Catholic church. I've just been speaking to a lady for quite some time, and you can see the beautiful doorway on it, and there's an absolute beautiful gorgeous window in it, but I don't think you'll see it there. You might see it, you might not. I can't see a thing on my screen. But I was wondering, I was speaking to a lady and saying, is it a Church of England church that's been converted into a Catholic? And she said no, because this was a convent just here. So I'll just show it you from a bit of a distance. So that was a convent for the church next door. So that's it really, that's a quick tour around Derby. I'm going to do the other video as well, a longer video, but this is just the summarised version. But look at the traffic, absolute prime for the clean air zone down here. And the council makes some right money out of people. So that's it from Derby. If you can like the video, follow the channel and click on notifications for new videos in the future. I'd appreciate that.